Jesus, I haven't watched Nostalgia Critic in 2 months. However, there's a video that What up, fellas? Make over. Welcome to my reaction-thon of the Nostalgia Critic. Now, we left off with Angry Birds movie. That's where we stopped. However, there was a video before the little Chicken Little one that I could not watch because I didn't see the film. And that was... Can I just shorten my thing? Deadpool 2. 3, 2, 1, go. I finally saw the film, so we can react to it. Channel Unicorn is now a homie horse. Putting some Deadpool references. A penis with a little hat on. One of the guys from Kid and Play. Rachel or Tamara, I always get leftover costumes with people inside. Written by Man Children. Someone who loves Deadpool and will... I couldn't get it. Let me read that. Someone who loves Deadpool and will destroy your opening credits. If you say even one bad thing about him, you son of a bitch. That's Deadpool on the opening card.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. Judging by that very self-aware opening credit sequence, I can take a wild guess what we're going to review today. Like we're going to take a look at Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I'm Deadpool. I'm Deadpool.
You're not Deadpool!
I love chicken chunks. I'm Deadpool.
And as you probably figured out, that means we have to put up with asshole cosplay Deadpool. That guy at every convention who thinks he's really funny because he has a Deadpool cosplay, but he's really just an annoying dick.
I'm Deadpool. I'm Deadpool.
Not in a review of mine.
Holy shit! Deadpool! Like the actual Deadpool!
That's right, as close as our budget will allow.
Oh. How close?
Decent costume, clever writing, good-looking guy underneath.
Oh, okay. You know, honest trailer's got Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, wow, you're right. Well, why don't you use your clout with the crossover you did with them to get Reynolds?
Well,
I mean, that Deadpool on his trailer got over 20 million views. The one you did with them got, wow, almost 3.
I see your point.
I mean, with a connection that close, you surely must be able to work your charm and magic.
Hey, you have no idea the connections I have!
So let's get this podcast with sketches started. I assume you want to talk about my impact on R-rated comic book movies, box office growth, and groundbreaking fourth wall humor in the same sentence?
Well, not so fast, dumb devil. You're the one.
Rick and Morty!
Come from? Isn't he supposed to be white?
Apparently, I wasn't PC enough, so I got a black Morty from another dimension.
I'm the woke version.
You're as woke as his style of comedy.
Does that explain why you look like Krusty the Drunk Doc Brown?
Well, as a completely different person, I think you look very stylish.
Shut it, bald AC/DC. What the hell are you
Bald AC/DC.
Big groundbreaker, and you're not. There's other R-rated comic book hits, other R-rated comedy hits, and literally hundreds of fourth wall breakers before you. You're the Kanye West of gimmicks pretending not to be gimmicks.
Ooh, a Kanye joke. It's about time someone was brave enough to make fun of him.
I don't know, Rick. I don't think we should piss this guy off.
Don't worry, Black Morty. He's just upset because the Mask comic nailed this shtick light years before he did.
I'm not afraid of him. I'm afraid of his fan base. You've seen what an awkward barrel of insanity they can be. I am Unicorn Julio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Oh, shit.
Because of the clothes, bald AC/DC, I get it now.
We can agree that every fan base...
he got it now.
God, no idea what you mean.
Hey fans, did you know that Rick really likes the honey mustard sauce at Burger King?
How was that?
Every Burger King in America ambushed by the pimply corpses of human dignity.
You miserable merc, no fast food establishment should ever have to go through that kind of anarchy. Twice.
I'm just saying that for a scientist, you should know that a small percent, even if it's a big small percent, is still not the majority.
To be fair, you have to have a high...
How are you alive?
Understand.
You're fake!
Okay, you're right. every fan base has a few bad apples, and it's not the majority. But that doesn't mean you're still not a one-trick unicorn. I mean, what the hell are you even supposed to be? Slenderman interviewing to be the Kool-Aid guy?
Actually, why are you doing a review on him, critic?
I admit, that's a good question. People have clearly moved on to complaining about Solo.
Well, maybe because Deadpool is such an interesting phenomenon. It's true, there have been successful films that have done what Deadpool has done, but something about the way Deadpool is presented makes it strangely unique. Based on the comic book character created in 1991, Deadpool got a following as one of the few Marvel comic book characters to be aware he's a Marvel comic book character. He was foul-mouthed, violent, funny as hell, and constantly broke the fourth wall. But again, we've seen characters like this before, so what makes him not only such a long-lasting hit, but worthy of such a dedicated following? What is he doing with his fourth wall breaking that sets him apart from other fourth wall breakers? Gee, I don't know. Could it be marketing the persona of an anti-hero who acts like a kindergartner but with a team of underpaid writers that successfully convinced us they wouldn't want to punch him in the face?
If a crit says blow me,
Blow me. Too drunk for that one. This is Deadpool 2. It opens with Deadpool as an assassin for hire who...
whoa, really blowing the budget on this one, aren't you?
What? It's a decent-looking city.
Yeah, I'm clearly on top of a building. All one of 3 dimensions are clearly being explored.
Look, buddy.
I wonder how far this ball can go. What do you think? 4, 5 rooftops I can bounce it off of? Force field, impenetrable.
Who used to make your movies? We have 2 weeks.
Why couldn't I be in a Freddie Wong video?
Just start killing people.
Compliant.
He takes out bad guys all over the world, mostly for trailer fodder, but hey, you got us out the picture. And comes home to his girlfriend Vanessa from the last movie.
Okay, this can't be what we're going to.
You will take your shitty makeup like a man.
You sound like a toddler's and tiara parent.
Ah!
Happy anniversary, baby.
That is literally my surprise.
I mean,
Yes, I want to be preggers.
great.
Yeah, everything's going so good and we're so happy and we can think of baby names. I'm gonna die.
What?
I am totally gonna die. No girlfriend is this happy in the beginning of a movie without dying.
First of all, leave the fourth wall breaking to me, because only I seem to be able to do that.
Okay.
Second, that's like the oldest trope in the book. Do you really think that writer's this talented? You already shot, aren't you?
Bop.
Spoke for this.
It was me, typical Middle Eastern European American gangster joke.
You killed my only love. Now I'm going to destroy you in the most horrific way possible.
And what are you going to do, comrade Pizza Face?
The credits roll as they emphasize what a big deal it is that they killed off Deadpool's one and only true love from the last film.
Rick, am I a dumbass, or has that been done a lot?
Yes.
So which question?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yes,
Go off in a
yes.
romantic lead. That's a big-ass deal.
Maybe 30 years ago, but especially for a comic book character, that's not particularly uncommon. You should replace those hand job credits you're giving yourself with all the other movie sequels that did the
But
exact
then-
same thing.
You know what? We didn't want to Home Alone 2 this, so we wanted a different kind of story.
Logan,
That sounds interesting.
Your inability to
I saw that.
demographic astounds me, Morty. Deadpool 2! The days of acting like a basement dweller whose contrived environment rewarded him with ninja moves and getting laid are gone! Now the hot chick is pregnant, he's raising a baby, and he has to learn the responsibilities of being an adult. Pre-orders through the roof, baby! You know, you seem to think these movies are only made for angry, awkward, overweight 14-year-old boys, and I give it more credit than that.
Yeah, give Art a chance, Rick. Critic, tell us what happens next.
So Deadpool befriends an angry, awkward, overweight 14-year-old boy, and...
You had to phrase it that way.
Oh, just get on with it! How specific was that? Come on! The boy's name is Russell, and he's a mutant at a hospital where they mistreat kids.
They did terrible things.
Jeez.
Things that literally scarred me for life.
Note, we are aware this accent is terrible. Tamara's only exposure to New Zealand was an interview she saw with Peter Jackson about the Hobbit movies. We are sincerely sorry to all of New Zealand for this outrage, both the accent and the Hobbit movies.
I know what you're saying, kid. They took something away from you. They hurt you. But you want to hurt them back. I get it. Because you were amazing in The Hunt for the Wilder People, and both you and Sam Neill deserve an Oscar.
Actually, that does bring up a good point.
I know, I was awesome in that, right?
No, I mean the tone these movies create. The fourth wall jokes are funny, but do they get in the way of the heavier scene? I like that these films try to have actual substance to them and work in dramatic elements, but isn't it a little jarring to be winking to the camera when in the following scene you're talking about child abuse? Does it work to follow the corpses of family members with jokes about how many X-Men were paid to be in the film?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you ever seen a Marvel movie? Like, any of them?
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of dramatic moments followed by jokes.
Hey, what do we say? I'm the only fourth wall breaker, remember?
Yeah, why is that?
So you can want to be me when you sneak into these films.
Is that manipulative or genius?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
This kind of drama that something this big isn't gonna fit.
I heard it too. Look, Walter White, do you laugh?
Walter White.
Do you feel emotion at the emotional moments?
I guess.
It's because we give them time to slowly ease them in.
Tell me that was
Totally intentional. That's why I can go into shooting people that hurt him like this.
Ooh, can I shoot that?
Depending on this state's gun laws, probably.
But this spells bad news for our wacky fourth wall breaking superhero dressed in red.
What the?
I'm in the film now!
What the hell is this?
Freakazoid.
I use my portal gun to bring in other self-aware characters to emphasize how original you are. You want to break the fourth wall? I literally break it beyond!
Is it too late to review Show Dogs?
Hey, you talking to the camera? I like doing that too.
Today we'd like to
Freakazoid.
Handman! Yay!
No.
Okay, there's only room for one Jedi Master of obscure non sequiturs. This review clearly has no budget, so we'll just cast you as Colossus.
Ooh, can I teach the kids Russian?
With the current president, that's a good idea.
Well, what do I do now?
Well, you knock me and the kid out for killing those people.
Can Handman do it?
I'm already sick of you. I'm just skipping ahead.
Right the hell out of nowhere, a character from a dystopian future sees his Kentucky Fried family and journeys back in time because Russell is the one who killed them. Now in the movie, this is just Roland playing Cable. But truth be told, we don't have anyone quite as awesome as that, so we went for the next best thing.
Shit.
I am Cable Boner.
Double bone.
That boy from performing the terrible crime of child murder.
How?
By performing child murder.
Oh fuck.
Can't we take off our collars that block our powers?
No, like they said earlier, only a grenade can take him off.
What?
Sometimes I wonder what the hell you do, but now I know because of your streaming.
Look, Lobo, if we're gonna make you marketable to future franchises, we gotta tone down the kid killer.
My only
react or
concern is if
something?
Disney buys
Yep.
Fox, what are they gonna do when Cable fights Thanos? Now
Nostalgia
that's not
Critic?
true. Disney's merger wouldn't necessarily
What film?
affect Fox's cinematic releases.
Enough of the fourth wall breaking, Dr. Bunsen!
Suck my beaker, you knockoff novelty dog shit.
I don't know.
I thought you'd like that one.
I don't even know what this is at all.
Okay. I need a minute to catch my breath here. So go to hell if you have ad blocker, because you're cutting my time in half.
It's Deadpool 2.
Really?
Yeah, he reviewed it. He reviewed it like months ago, and I couldn't react to it because I didn't see the film. So now doing a reaction live stream.
Ads.
I know. I can't skip them. You guys have to sit through them with me.
So Deadpool decides to recruit a team with his best friend, played by T.J. Miller.
Yeah, I would have made that joke too.
As he
Ah!
My name is Woody Allen. Hey, audience, don't you wish real life was like this?
Hey, what did I say? Only I talk to the viewer.
Oh, hey everybody! Was I the street merchant in the opening or not?
Is nobody hearing me?
This is the most embarrassing day of my life,
Who
folks.
invited Dr. Katz?
Kermit the Frog here.
No, I am not on stage by a sock.
Kermit the Frog, man.
He's a goddamn sock. Watch.
I don't know. Until he sees what a gimmicky hack he is.
You're the hack, you little pop culture spewing tip.
Hey, at least I mocked the convention of lame catchphrases. Wubba lubba love boat, whatever.
Hey, how many Pickle Rick shirts did you sell today?
That was petty and beneath you.
Excuse me.
Oh, great. And what show are you from?
Atlanta, but what does that matter?
Did they look at the camera on Atlanta?
They're not supposed to.
Great. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Domino, and my superpower is I'm always lucky.
Yeah, I saw that episode of DuckTales too. It's not a problem.
It sure as hell is.
Prove it.
I was in Geostorm, and yet I have a role in Deadpool too.
You're hired.
He calls his team.
Ha 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 ha.
Called them the Expendables because they all die before even starting the first mission.
It looks like it's just you and me.
Domino also tried using her luck, and they head off to save Russell in an exciting car chase.
Wait a minute. A car chase?
Yeah.
With this review's budget, you're gonna do a car chase?
Well, attempt to.
Screw it. If we're gonna do a car chase with no money, we're gonna do it my way.
What the hell's your way?
God damn it.
I'm sexually confused.
You know what? Just thwart me. We all know it's coming.
Okay.
Ah! was even lamer. They go to save Russell, but he's turned more angry than ever, especially having teamed up with one of his cellmates.
Yeah, I'm a juggernaut, bitch. You gonna harm me? There's no one I can't kill, Deadpool.
What?
Seriously, we're gonna go with that one.
We didn't reference it in the movie, and... Come on!
First of all, it's 10 goddamn years old.
Well, classic never dies, no matter how dumb it is.
Second, I'm really trying to distance myself from X-Men 3.
X-Men 3 or X-Men Origins?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes.
Well, this is my review, and that's the version I want, so hop to it!
Russell, I'm sorry more people don't know about the Wilder people, but if you could just not kill Cable's family in the future, he won't have to kill you.
Actually, that sounds reasonable.
Right? We should have done that before.
Hell no, I'm gonna be the little sister to his big daddy.
That sounded bad, right?
Very bad.
And I'm gonna kill the scientists that torture me, starting my reign of terror. Juggernaut, meme him to death!
Oh, I've suffered enough from that, thank you very much.
So Cable decides to join the team to see if they can talk Russell out of his evil ways.
In Soviet Russia, fourth wall breaks you.
Knock it off, Don Cheadle's Captain Planet. What the hell are you doing here? You only have 2 lines.
The girlfriend's dead and my New Zealand accent sucks. I'm taking what I can get.
Fair enough. Let's make up for the shitty Dark Phoenix movie we know we're gonna get.
X-Force kills the shit out of the scientists that torture the young mutants right before teaching a young mutant that it's wrong to kill the scientists.
Russell, I know you think revenge will make you feel better, especially because I've gotten revenge on like 1 million people, and by God, it felt great.
What is the moral of this movie again?
No idea.
But killing him won't fix anything. It'll just turn you into a supervillain. A supervillain with the name Russell. And that's just uncomfortably weird.
Let's talk him or shooting.
No! I have a collar on, so I'll die for him.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah. Kill the franchise. Yeah, sure.
My God, you sacrificed yourself for me.
That's right. And now I'm finally going to die, ending my misery. I totally am. I even said in the beginning I was gonna die. We're following through.
Yeah, if only comic book movies had loopholes.
Yeah, this is really the end.
Hey, you want your family back or what?
Oh, woohoo! Wow! Sad.
I'll miss you too.
No! From this day forward, I will never harm another human being and hope that fate will do my daddy work for me.
So Deadpool is reunited with his love, which is kind of strange. The X-Men movies are confirming there's an afterlife.
Well, at least there's not a hell.
Yeah, if there was, it would just be the Hitman's bodyguard on a continuous loop.
But he's saved by Cable's final attempt at time travel. Yeah, I saved you! Even though you obviously wanted to die, keeping the collar on.
So I guess you stopped the suicide?
Which I guess he could just do again.
But he seems happy now.
Yeah! Raising your kid that you're not really raising.
Stop trying to make sense of this.
I gave up mid-sense.
Let's go start X-Force. You in, Cable?
Well, I did dedicate my life to saving my family.
But they seem to be okay now.
That's true, and suppose nothing bad can happen to him in an apocalyptic future. Sure, why not? So it turns out this was family picture. But Deadpool ends the film by stealing
The family
device and saving Vanessa in the past.
You saved me, stopping everything from happening, including X-Force.
Did I, though? Did I?
I don't know. Did you?
Well, we'll see what hits. We are doing an X-Force movie, so we'll see who's popular and who's worth keeping.
Ah, seeing who's the Natalie Portman of the Thor films.
We're keeping our options open.
Not a bad idea. So that was Deadpool 2, and it was...
It was a good film.
You know I've had it up to here, Dr. Fine.
Doesn't matter how big you are, you're still Family Guy in a Spider-Man costume.
Well, you're still Futurama with It's Always Sunny writers.
You're both right! But that doesn't make it any less good or unique. Deadpool is doing what many have done before, but it's doing it in a new and extreme way. There aren't that many mediums that blend intense dramatic moments with goofy, self-aware humor. It's usually seen as too tonally jarring. But the fact is, the fourth wall jokes make the characters even easier to like. So we care for them even more when they're going through the dramatic moments. And on the flip side, the jokes seem even funnier when they interrupt a legit emotional moment. So our reactions seem more magnified than usual. It's like a Disney character dying. It's a cartoon and it's goofy, but it still appeals to our inner child, making us connect to them in a unique way. So when something bad does happen to them, we feel it even more. Even with the movie cliches that have been done 1,000,000 times, they still combine what's simple and familiar with what's complex and new. For example, did you realize there's no real villain in this movie? Yeah, none of the main characters are bad guys. They're just people with disagreements. How often do you see a superhero movie like that? Do you also realize how much money went into what's essentially troll humor half the time? Those kind of jokes do not get a budget this big. These are familiar elements being combined to give us something unique. And yes, every fan base has a small percent that's too obsessive.
Yeah, by the way, I missed the old colored wall.
How dare you fight the angry video game nerd in that totally real feud?
Well played. But that doesn't mean the majority of viewers aren't smart, open, funny people looking for both a good time with a bit of depth. The Deadpool movies are worthy of their attention, and the mixing of two totally different genres, both done well, makes them a very different and enjoyable new experience. We've seen these elements before, but not together in this way. And as long as they keep finding new things to add to them, my guess is these movies will be celebrated quite a lot.
Oh, it's that same old middle-of-the-road bullshit you always pull, huh?
Yeah, nut up and pick a side.
Yeah, that's the one thing we can agree on. This guy is a pussy!
Yeah, Mr. Participation Award over here.
You know, you guys are funny in media, but you're assholes in real life.
Yeah, don't act like it doesn't get you hard. He has the spine of a rich Whistler, and he still has more backbone than you.
Come on, let's go make some jokes to piss off some JWs.
The Wall Street Journal?
Never mind him, he's dyslexic.
Does that mean I need insulin?
You were a mistake, Morty.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and just because a funny jerk on TV can get away with it doesn't mean you can get it.
Yeah, teamwork beyond!
Yeah, dicks rule!
Jesus Christ.
Not anymore, we blinked him out of existence last week.
Oh, jeez.
That was him reviewing Deadpool 2. My thought on the film, it was a good film. What was the next one that I missed? Do the Bartman. Lord, please save me. Let's do the Bartman, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Folks, we need to talk about the Bartman. Let's go back to a simpler time. Where cartoon boy wearing was the most shocking thing on TV.
So, any idea where this bastard lives?
It's no question that The Simpsons has shaped and redefined humor for so many of us, but people forget in the early years they were not only popular, they were insanely popular. Well,
I already showered last night.
commercials, toys, video games, and countless t-shirts, Bart
I'm not going to.
called it, and by everyone I mean Fox executives, was on fire. People, especially kids, ate up his anti-authority nature, especially when authority itself tried stomping him out.
Make American families a lot more like the Waltons and a lot less like the Simpsons.
Thank God that didn't backfire.
How many times were you president, George?
At the height of his popularity, Bart was given what every popular icon in the early 90s was given, a music video. Do the Bartman was one of the many songs on the hit album Simpsons Sing the Blues, and in 1991 it was given its own special video airing on Fox. It was filled with every late 80s cliche trying to turn into early 90s cliches. But what makes this stand out is not just the video itself, but the fascinating story in the making of the video. Now, granted, I've never reviewed a nostalgic song before, but I present that argument with this picture of Bart waving his ass at you. To understand the story behind the video, though, we must first analyze the video itself. So journey back to a time when this was risque. This is the Bartman.
I didn't realize what he said until he said dead until Marge started screaming at him. He was like, bastard, bastard.
Boring adults whose 90s commercials explain just don't get us.
Bubble tape is not part of a well-balanced diet.
As he plugs in his own music.
Yo, hey, what's happening, dude? I'm a guy with a rep for being rude.
Oh dear, I feel an impromptu ninja rap coming on.
No.
Acting in front of the crowd about what a troublemaker he is, as Skinner has to look up his file to see who he's dealing with.
I'm the kid that made the link with C and R. Last name Simpson, first name Bart.
I have a hard time believing Skinner doesn't know who this kid is by now.
I'm here today to introduce the next phase. The next step in the big Bart phase.
Ooh, he's going to introduce the next phase. I'm so excited to see what's up next for the BCU.
BCU.
Do the Bartman. I assume it ties in with awkwardly timed baseball catching.
So move your body, got the motion. Front to back in a rock-like motion. Do it to the music, that's the Bartman.
Whoa, those boys' testicles dropped. Gotta give credit to a song that recommends do the Bartman if you can, as in are able to. Not everybody is Bartman accessible. Also gotta love a kid's music video that shows school figures taking a shot out of a flask. My mom said it was chocolate milk, and I still stand by that. And judging by that reaction, it was probably you. Bartman and has to make its way to the streets, where the Bartman was practically born. It was Dice, lines of coke, and the Bartman. We segued to a couple of weeks ago when he was sent to his room for putting mothballs in the beast stew. Could perhaps doing the Bartman change his woes? I call false advertising. I purchased the first comic. There was no mention of this dance move at all.
You can do the Bart with that like Michael Jackson.
No, I've seen what your interpretation of Michael Jackson looks like. I'm not impressed.
Oh my
Bart
god.
gets out of his suburban home, which has suddenly been moved to a more urban landscape. Perhaps it was shot when they moved to capital cities. As he continues to explain how to do the Bartman without actually showing us how to do the Bartman. Yeah, weirdly enough, Bart never does the Bartman in this music video. Isn't that like singing the Hokey Pokey but doing the electric slide? But Homer interrupts their fun, telling them to turn it down. You can't stop us, you old Bart. The Bartman is a movement. Bart plugs his ears after hearing the most sound grating of instruments. The saxophone?
No, it's the Lisa.
Wait till they invent Nickelback, kid.
Oh no.
So popular, even dogs are converting their language to his name. Terrifying, I know, but it's still less creepy than the Bart Simpson phone.
What?
Bart's posse awaits his ever dope rhymes.
I land in the house, feeling good to be home, till Lisa starts blowing that damn saxophone.
There's an irony that years later, Bart would have a posse from rapping, being what the show calls a prankster rap. But they don't have the air-swinging vibes these badasses have.
And if it was mine, you know they'd take it away. But still I'm feeling good, so that's okay. I'm up in my room just singing a song. Listen to the kick drum ticking along.
You ever notice Bart isn't really rapping about much? He says how to do the Bartman, lets his backup singers demonstrate, never doing it himself, then raps about getting sent to his room and hearing Lisa's saxophone. Doesn't seem like much cause for a high-production music video, but then again, neither did Kazam, and... I forgot what my quote was. People all over the world not doing the Bartman. Even Barfly's asses get caught up in the beat. And what the hell? There's an action figure of alien Mr. Burns, but not these background characters. Actually, I forget which one is which. Even Skinner and the Bobcat decided to join in. They were so angry before, but now they're just dancing along. That's the power of the Bartman. It unites all people through its rock-like motion. Or bitter drinking. It's probably bitter drinking.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's
It's problems.
Even Mr. Burns, his security is getting into it. And heads up, this is the funniest scene of the video. See, I told you Carl was gay. No, not that Carl. Anyone named Carl in the show is gay. Insane can see eye to eye over the Bartman. Now, if only they can stop possessing everyone's upper half of the face. You
Exactly.
don't understand. But the song comes to an end as it looks like it was all part of Bart's fantasy. Oh good, I can still consider this part of the Simpsons canon. I'd hate for their continuity to get skewed. Do the Bartman, I guess not surprisingly, was a big hit. It reached number 11 on the Billboard charts, topped several other charts all over the world, was played on MTV for several months, and made their Simpsons Sing the Blues album go platinum. It even led to a sequel music video called Deep Deep Trouble, also featuring Bart rapping about him being punished. It seemed like all the hard work paid off, and what do you expect when now world-famous director Brad Bird was in charge? That's right, the director of Iron Giant and The Incredibles movies got his start directing Simpsons episodes. And according to Bird himself, he said this was the hardest thing he'd ever done. The video was apparently so rushed that they had to storyboard it in just 2 days, then fly out to Varga Studio in Hungary and do the show in only 2.5 weeks. Holy God, it takes me a month to animate a ball bouncing on my post-it notes. This was only 2.5 weeks? That explains a little bit why some of the background characters don't quite look finished, but I kind of prefer this style of animation over the recent style of animation. Don't get me wrong, the recent style is very clean, smooth, and allows for more jokes to be told. But the old style had so much more life to it. They felt like they were leaping off the screen. And this video is one of the best examples of it. Funny enough, there was apparently even a choreographer. Which I guess makes sense when you compare the dancing in the show to the dancing here. Look at that GIF animation go! Bottom line, they worked their asses off for this and it clearly shows. Not bad for a Michael Jackson song. Oh yeah, that's another interesting side note. Michael Jackson apparently wrote this song. Though not credited, Matt Groening claims that Jackson called him up one day, said he was a big fan of the show, and wanted to give Bart a #1 single. So he wrote, produced, and even did the backup vocals for the song. Yep, that's apparently Jackson himself singing those parts.
What?
Groening said he was shocked when he figured it out, as Bart references Jackson twice in the song. And as Groening put it, who else would do that? Well, maybe not him? Brian Lauren, the person who got credit for writing and producing the song, said that despite Groening's confession, he was the sole writer. Groening says Jackson couldn't come out about it because he was under contract with another studio, but Lauren states he was the only one who wrote it. Despite this rather large disagreement, Lauren did state that Jackson did provide the title for the song, the backup vocals, and yes, requested that he be mentioned in it. That's ignorant, you're ignorant. I have no idea which one of these is true, but either way, Jackson had involvement with this song, even leading to a guest star appearance on the show, again, being uncredited. Don't worry though, I'm sure Bart represented him when he showed up to the American Music Awards.
Hi, KT.
Hi, Bart.
I'm the Bart Man.
By Christ, is that terrifying? Yep,
Yes.
that's what doing the Bartman apparently gets ya. No joke, that's pregnant Nancy Cartwright in there with clear evidence now to why she did Rhapsody Street Kids. If I had to act in that, I don't know what the hell I would say yes to afterwards.
Hey, Fun has a middle name. It's Bartholomew J. Simpson.
Oh God, take that off screen! Overall, much like the video, the final product is really creative and fun. Sure, it's corny and rough around the edges, but that's kind of it has a wonderful amount of energy that's trying every second to entertain you in a musical or visual way. It's a product of the times in the silliest and most enjoyable ways. I don't know if a ton of people are going to be rocking out to this anytime soon, but for me, and the people who saw it when it premiered, we remember when for a short, enjoyably ridiculous amount of time, every kid was doing the Bartman. I'm a Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
Everybody, if you can do the Bartman, shake your body, turn it out. If you can't, do the Bartman. Yeah. That is so 1991.
Fox Kids will not react to because that's way too long of a video. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I had a series of visions when I was young.
What did you see?
I saw none.
Sponsored.
Mr. Connery, you're one of the biggest stars in the world. You can make a few mistakes every once in a while. Brian Michael Crichton already sent me a bounce back script. It's called Jurassic Park. You're the guy who owns the park.
That sounds too small. I want a ridiculous amount of money for it.
Well, Sean, if you're not willing to take a slightly smaller role, you may want to consider retiring.
Bullshit! I'm as snappy as my leotard and jardars. If the people want giant lizards, I got a role for them. A giant flying one in Dragonheart.
I think that would be extraordinarily dangerous.
Sam, you're a good boy, and I don't like you, but you're a dumbass. Sign me up for Dragonheart. Sam, that might not have been the best choice.
Well, you know when you...
Shut up. I have a role that's foolproof enough. The Avenger.
Yeah, that's perfect. I hear Marvel has some major plans for movies.
Not that comic book crap. The 60s TV show no kid knows about.
I don't know, Sean. I got a script here called The Matrix. You play a mentor named Morpheus, and it's supposed to be really cutting edge.
Morpheus? That's what I named my leotard and jardars.
Must you always reference that?
Yes. Pass on that Matrix crap. Sign me up for the Avenger!
Yes,
Avengers didn't work out.
I kind of figured.
But this one is a surefire hit. I spent my career on it. It's called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay, look, Sean, I'll level with you. I have a script here for Lord of the Rings, one of the most famous books ever written. They're filming 3 movies all at the same time, something never done before in cinema, and they're offering you the role of Gandalf. You have to be an idiot, nay, absolutely insane to turn down a surefire blockbuster series like this.
Sign me up for the League of Extraordinary. I think I should retire.
I think you're an idiot.
Did you keep the same haircut all these years?
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Some people have a winning streak, others have a naked streak. Sean Connery has both. Being one of the most charismatic and attractive actors of all time, something finally started to crumble when he turned down several blockbuster hits and instead chose awkward avenues of awfulty. But the one so famously bad that he left acting shortly after is an angry abomination of assness. I like 8 words today. Called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Based on the comic by Alan Moore, the guy who did Watchmen, directed by Stephen Norrington, the guy who directed Blade, and starring the guy who inspired the greatest Celebrity Jeopardy episodes ever made, how can this not be friggin' amazing? Well, it found a way, and folks have been regretting this extraordinary dumbhood for 15 years. Has it warranted all the hate it deserves? Well, if Connery decided he had one more film in him after this, I guess it can't be that bad, can it? Let's find out for ourselves. This is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, I guess that Disney merger didn't go as well as expected.
They can survive Cleopatra, but not the mouse. An opening crawl says what every opening crawl says. No, really, you can replace them all with things suck. Some asshole might make it better, but things suck. It's easier than following the Phantom Menace text. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to the starring credits when a goddamn tank is on screen. This is especially frustrating because it distracts from the police's brilliant tactical strategy. Oh! Well, if it didn't work once, better try it again. Oh! But I don't think you're asking polite enough. As a tank, it has to stop after you say halt a 3rd time. You're gonna say halt a 3rd time, aren't you? Halt! In the name of the law! Yeah, you deserve this Wile E. Coyote death. Thank God newspapers were written like tweets back
It's one death down.
And the culprits are rounding up every textbook mad scientist to say every textbook mad scientist cliche.
Batman. We're not Batman.
You know, can't one of these supervillains ever answer with kawaii? Listen, the weather's nice. It's really all you need. I would identify more with the villain if he said he just wanted kawaii. Well, I can see why they focused mostly on his eye, as the rest of him looks like a basement cosplayer who couldn't fit into his costume, so he grabbed whatever leftover scraps didn't have Cheeto dust all over him. Yeah, this is my dirty Destro mask, my dirty Spartan armor, my dirty Cruella de Vil coat. I am Leonidas Cruella de Destro! Fear me! With Germany now attacked and Europe threatening to go to war, we logically cut to Kenya. As in, can you tell me why the hell I'm supposed to give a shit? Ryan Gosling Affleck here is looking for a man named Alan Quartermain. And tell me for a plain dead second you would actually believe this is him.
Do I have the pleasure of addressing Alan Quartermain?
You do, sir. Indeed you do.
Yes, that's it. And you want to know what I'm not into? Lying. I'm totally not into that. If only we could figure out who the real Quartermain was. It could be anyone, even that Sean Connery-shaped man to the right.
The Empire needs you.
Do I need the Empire? I am Quartermain.
Oh, movie. Got us.
Nigel is useful for keeping the story seekers at bay.
Is he? He looked pretty bad at it. This representative of the British government says he needs him because war is on the horizon.
Countries set at each other's throats, baying for blood. It's a powder keg.
With whom exactly?
And by world, I mean mostly Europe, which is pretty much the world to us.
Stories of your exploits have thrilled English boys for decades.
So many directions I could take that joke.
Mr. Murdoch, yes.
These assassins here shoot the wrong Quartermain. Christ, you could say a 5-year-old girl is Quartermain and they fall for it. And they have themselves a shootout. Pretty skilled knifemen and a lot of Sean Connery to hit. That was pretty embarrassing. Nothing like a wino impaling out a rhino.
God save yourself, you son of a bitch.
But there's one assassin left.
What, do I smell bad?
The war will come to Africa. Connery agrees to help and is flown to London to meet up with the man in charge, M. No, that's not a James Bond joke. That's really what he's called.
Superiors call me M.
Even Connery has a look that's like,
Oh, dumb. I get it.
oh, you think that's bad? Listen to the music seats it.
You made good time getting here.
Not as good as Philly's fog.
And you think that's bad? Then to spell that to you, the dumbass audience, where it's from.
Around the world in 80 days.
Even that laugh, it seems to say,
We're making this kind of movie, huh? Should have mailed the script to the Marx Brothers.
Connery can barely even take the title being told to his face.
Newest generation of the music
Legal what?
No, seriously, when do we start filming the real movie?
They've discovered these attacks are all the work of one man, who calls himself the Phantom.
Very operatic.
God! He's introduced to the League, first with Captain Nemo.
Alan Quartermain, Captain Nemo.
Rumor has it that you're a pirate.
And white, according to most movie versions.
He's also greeted by the Invisible Man and Mina Harker, and seeing how M is played by Richard Roxburgh, who plays the villain in goddamn everything, I'm just gonna guess and say the M stands for Moriarty.
Would you prefer?
Don't even cut ahead. You know they're lame enough to do it.
What in God's name is that? I call it an automobile.
Okay, this isn't Dora the Explorer. You can say new words at a regular pace.
Automobile.
Or car.
This is my first mate.
Call me Ishmael.
Jesus Christ! Hey, look, the makers of this comic were so embarrassed to be in it, they just sent their names. In fact, wait, Alan Moore isn't playing the villain? I think that's the biggest twist so far.
What dumbass book are you from?
Mr. Dorian Gray.
Oh, let's go through the question.
You're missing a picture, Mr. Gray.
You don't miss a thing, do you?
Good scripts for it, chap. I miss those a lot.
So we go from one big building where we're sitting around talking to another big building where we're sitting around talking. Squee!
We all of us are very useful in this endeavor. Hunter, Countess, even Skinner has scalp. Cheers.
Oh look, we can see the drink go down his throat. We see all the food and drink he's ever had then? Like, over the days or weeks, whatever? Shouldn't we technically be seeing it turn into... Why are you making me think this movie? But Ida the Blast shows up to try and take out our heroes.
We give to all special one-time invitation.
You know the mask is supposed to cover the ugly part, right? Connery gets a wink from someone who's on his side, though, and another shootout commences.
Ladder!
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 Henry, did you survive that ladder?
I will never be the same after that ladder!
Oh my god, this guy has a sword!
And all we have are machine guns!
And that's nothing compared to this guy's cane!
You know the stormtroopers defeated by the Ewoks are probably looking at these guys saying,
You know what? We did good.
What are you? I'm White Prince.
I'm complicated.
Oh, that is so something White Prince would say. Mina reveals her power too, as apparently she's a vampire. From Dracula! I don't know, everything else is spelled out. Who's this? Sexy
Movie's so bad.
Special agents.
Oh cool, did you trick some kids into painting out the bullet holes from Dorian's suit? Where the hell those go? They travel to Paris to get one last recruit, Dr. Jekyll ripping off Van Helsing. Or did Van Helsing rip off this? You know what, they're both shitty movies, we all lose. I'll give credit that the effects on him are legitimately pretty good, and I also like that Nemo's Sword of the Ocean actually looks like a Sword of the Ocean. You know, cloud sword, but still a sword. But most of the movie is just people standing around yapping. It would be too bad, except they're not even talking like they're interested in what they're saying. These are the most famous characters in fiction. Each one of them has a book centered around them. Yet they all talk in the dullest of roars and the most mono of tones.
I'm surprised you ultimately joined me.
So it's clear, with Da Vinci's blueprint, explosives. I mean to undo laws of mankind. Your boss wants
Page Master developed these characters better. There's supposed to be a love triangle between Mina and actually everybody, but no one has any chemistry, even as friends.
The whole city.
And the biggest insult is, as a comic book movie, think about what you can do with this idea. Maybe the vampire takes Jekyll's potion. Maybe Tom Sawyer can turn invisible. Maybe Nemo and Quartermain can invent some new kick-ass weapons. Combine these characters, work off of what they know, come up with some really interesting ideas. But nope, none of that is taken advantage of. They just all sit around and talk at a very low tone like they need a goddamn nap. They're supposed to have the chemistry of the X-Men, but they have the dozing effect of NyQuil.
So he'll attack the conference by sea.
Thank you for your contribution, sir.
Why? Why does this film exist?
Imagine some of the greatest comic book characters of all time got together, and this is all they did.
Is it a good book? Yeah. Really? What are you writing?
My memoir.
Oh, I bet you led an interesting life.
Not really.
Should we, like, talk about our passions or our dreams?
Why?
Either of you seen League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah, that sucked.
I think this would be better.
Our military heroes' courage and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to
Damn non-skippable ads.
Grand Canyon University honors our heroes and pays tribute to your heroism. Thank you for your service.
Oh, it's this. Grand Canyon University. Oh. Which university? Oh.
Makes it to Venice to apparently stop a bomb that the Phantom is going to set off. No one will ever see us. Come on, it's not like this thing can go underwater or anything. God, this is stupid. By the way, have I gone colorblind, or is there not one spectrum of color in this? Even the goddamn fireworks have no color, and that's their only purpose, to go boom and have color. Maybe the Phantom is a genetic fusion of the villains from Rainbow Bright. You know that makes too much sense. But more than one bomb goes off, sinking a ton of Venice's buildings.
We can interrupt the chain of destruction. There's no room for error, but I tell you it could work. What are you talking?
God, even when explosions go off, they just talk. It should be the friggin' League of Extraordinary Conversations. Except the conversations are boring too. We do find some planned action though, as the new device called
Automobile.
Remember, a device so new they say it like this.
Automobile.
Can be driven perfectly by Sawyer, who, despite never seeing one or being in one before, can pull a Fast and Furious trailer pretty quick out of his ass. No, I swear, this is the first time I've ever driven this automobile.
Duh.
Jesus Christ, he really is fine? Give him a scratch at least. I was half joking. They spent the rest of the films as Connery down to a cemetery of his failed movie choices. Look, there's Medicine Man.
You see yourself as a brave John Wall, but you're weak.
You know, it's pretty funny him calling Connery weak, like he's skipping away in fear like the naked guy from Life of Brian. You don't look like the image of strength here, buddy. You look like a missing hobbit dwarf. Boring, son of snoring. But it turns out the Phantom is the Phantom. That's right, it was M wearing a mask under a mask. You know, for a criminal mastermind, you really didn't need to do a lot of this. You had a really nice place to hang out. There is literally no point in you going to all these places except to make monologues about wanting to In fact, I'm sorry, what's this guy's plan again? Oh, the scratched audio recording, given a scratched film reference, despite it not being recorded on film, should explain.
And I've been true to the girl's sentiment. War will come, sooner or later. As inevitable as summer into autumn. It is over.
Between this guy's Clinton eyebrows and his Peter Dinklage bonking lame Shatner voice, he could be the world's hammiest magician act.
Even the League itself, there is no League. Never was. It was a ruse, getting closer to my goal.
Am I over here? Or am I over here? I'm actually right behind you, just kidding. I was in front of you the whole time, but I fooled you for a second, didn't I? It appears he started this war because he saw war as inevitable anyway. Here's an idea. Instead of speeding it up, why don't you goddamn stop it, you friggin' mastermind? Nevertheless, he wants to be the most powerful force when that war comes. So he steals samples from all the League. Jekyll's potion, Invisible Man's skin, Mina's blood, Connery's accent. He's got them all. It's a little hard to pay attention, though, as through all of this, Hyde is making faces in the mirror. Oddly enough, both figuratively and literally.
What fool reveals his stratagem before the game is over? While I've rattled on.
I honestly don't see how making faces to the side enhances anything. Spent you after 20 minutes of it. Will you knock that off? You've been doing that the entire I know! It turns out M. Dorian left a bomb on the sub as well, leading to the most witty of parting lines.
Bon voyage.
I got that from a Captain Crunch box. The bomb goes off as we see why it was such a dumb idea to bring all these characters together, because, well, they can work together to become even stronger. Yeah, why the hell didn't he just visit them individually to get the samples? They'd be less powerful without all the supernatural backup. Not that their acting gets any stronger when they're together. Congratulations, you win the Red Brown Awkward Scream Award! They obviously stop the ship from sinking and bring it up to the surface to figure out their next move.
Bon voyage, I just got it.
We're getting a signal. Only an extraordinary gentleman would figure that out.
I'll even translate what it says. Dot, 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 dot. All ahead. Pull.
They're told where M is going and follow him in the submarine to his secret hideout. Invisible Man sneaks into his hideout to report back what he finds. Of course, being completely naked and somehow surviving the goddamn freezing cold. Ew, I saw snow on his dinghy. He says in the hideout there's a ton of tanks.
Saw snow on his dinghy.
Super suits being made to take over the world. Climax of none of those tanks, none of those subs, and only one of those friggin' suits being used.
I'll buy your legs off!
But it's okay, because we get this weird shaving edit in the middle of the action. Of course, that's how we got rid of his mustache. It's all falling into place. Thank God they focused on that! I'll give credit that there are two cool things in this climax. One is this line.
We have trouble.
I call it sport.
That's just awesome. And the other is this guy. As far as I know, he was never introduced before, but look at him. He's the only guy having fun in this entire movie. It only gets better when he takes Hyde's potion and covers himself with it. This movie is doing everything right with this character. This is the exact weird-ass guy I want to take this potion in the exact weird-ass way I want him to take that potion, leading to, holy shit, look at this! Why weren't we getting this movie the whole time? Fear not, though, boring-ass conversations are on the way.
Do not move.
I want them.
Professor James Moriarty.
I prefer a surprise that actually surprises, like just how bad Never Say Never Again was. But I guess this will do. Actually, no, it won't, but the movie's made. M escapes while Dorian fights off Mia and clearly doesn't kill her, like that's nowhere near her heart. But she surprises us by pointing out that was nowhere near her heart.
This time you missed.
Oh, that's right, it's a man's heart in his stomach. If you were a guy, you'd totally be dead. She shows him the picture, killing him off, while supposedly the Invisible Man comes to help Sawyer.
It's okay, Skinner.
What makes you think I'm Skinner?
What makes you think it was smart to tell him that? dumbass. You could have had him dead in a second. Now he's just weirded out that there's 2 invisible schlongs in the open during this climax. Connery meets up with M and tries to finish him off.
Oh no, he has an S word. There'll be others like me, Quartermain. You can't kill the future.
Oh Lord, will the villain make it? Why are you making us concerned about him? M reveals, though, that he has Connery's son, Sawyer. Yep, his son. They borrowed from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom book of weak-ass twists, and M gets the jump on him. Oh, I didn't know Batman counted as a fictional character you could have in this world. Lord knows I'd actually welcome an Austrian Mr. Freeze to somewhat smile. Sawyer finishes him off. He can save his out-of-nowhere father relationship in time. Wow. Even the main character's death seemed dull as shit. He doesn't look like he died. He looks like he was shown a clip of him singing from Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
She is my dear, my darling, one, my smiling and big island.
Just die.
So they bury him back in Kenya. Don't worry, I'm sure Dr. Frankenstein will drop by to whip him into shape.
I have long hidden away from the world. Now I wish to see it anew as it is. You're all welcome to join me.
Even the funeral in this is like, yeah, okay, cool. I miss him, I guess. But fear not, as apparently Kenyan shamans have cured death. Turns out the secret was dancing. Dancing cures death. Like and share? Yeah, the downside is he's reincarnated as a CG dragon and still can't sing. And that was the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'm sure it tried its best.
Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
I will go through all of Sean Connery's IMDb page. Everyone seems half awake. It's visually colorless. The effects are hit and miss. It's just an all-around boring movie. I can't say it's anywhere near the worst I've seen. Not even close. It's just dull and uneventful. All of these
Oh, go to food fight.
stories ever written, but having them all together doesn't seem to make.
That was the Mojo movie.
That's gotta be some bad writing if you can't make them leap off the screen as they originally leaped off the page. And if anyone is foolish enough to do a sequel in the future, it had better look something like this. Now that'd be a final film for Connery to go out on. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to.
Next vid. Bartok the Magnificent. Ah, shit.
Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. It's no secret that the career of legendary animator Tom Bluth has had some ups and downs. Like anyone's legacy, there's been some hits and there's been some misses. But the hits seem to be when Bluth had the most control over a project, and the misses seem to be whenever the studio he worked for took the most control. You can usually tell the studio interference by how much the films imitated what was expected to be popular at the time. Whether it be Disney, Star Wars, or even other movies that tried to rip off other genres, or Disney, there's apparently a lot of milk. Bluth was obviously known for its beautiful style, but was just as well known for being wild, aggressive, and imaginatively odd. Traditional fairy tales or action films was not something to expect out of such a uniquely strange mind. But the attempts were made, and often were not as successful as others hoped. But, funny enough, his weird style shines in the last place you would expect it. A straight-to-video spin-off of one of his Disney cinematic knockoffs. It's the Ouija 2 and Annabelle creation of Don Bluth movies, Bartok the Magnificent. Yes, really. Yes, really. Directed by Don Bluth with Gary Goldman and based on the comic relief from his animated film Anastasia, Bartok had the animation budget of a straight-to-video movie and honestly about as much interest from the studio. They seemed, understandably so, more interested in their cinematic release than their smaller VHS tie-in. But because of this, they interfered less, and we got a bizarre, unique, and honestly kind of enjoyable little special out of it. It's not one of Bluth's grand works or anything, but it has more of his traditionally odd signatures, resulting in a crazy but surreally charming adventure. And we're here to look at this adorably insane film in all its wonderfully head-scratching glory. So sit back and get ready to go, why? As you should with any good Don Bluth production, this is Bartok the Magnificent. The film opens with a song about a witch named Baba Yaga, which in Russian translates to pointless but funny throwaway joke in Ant-Man sequel. This immediately gives you a feel for the film. There's clearly little money thrown at this. There's not even that much animation to start out. But the stylized angles, colors, and designs are already more unique than what you usually see in a direct-to-video product. This looks like Toys R Us if it went to hell. No disrespect, still miss you. We got pretty quickly to our main character, though, a Russian bat named Bartok, played by Hank Azaria. And before you go insane, he said he was open to a real Russian bat voicing the part. He travels town to town, telling fake tales of his amazing heroics, and even taking out leftover animation cells from the Thief and the Cobbler. And I got a lot of those left behind. Damn, those Russian bears always making their way into the center of Moscow.
Watch it!
Bartok seems to take out the bear, though, without breaking a sweat. Yes, onto the pile of other dead carcasses my carriage is apparently built for storing.
Thank you, that's too kind. Oh.
His antics caught the attention of Prince Ivan, but his advisor, Ludmilla, played by Catherine O'Hara, wants to stop him from giving Bartok his royal ring or she'll stab him with her chin.
Well, perhaps it's time for a change.
He still leaves Bartok with the ring, though, and us with the question, how much did Dmitri from the first film get around?
You can't go around giving royal jewels to commoners.
Well, I wanted to encourage you.
There are 15 people in this house, and you're the only one who has to make trouble.
As you'd imagine, Bartok staged the bear attack, and the bear is actually his thespian friend named Zosa, played by Kelsey Grammer.
Well, suffice it to say, performance of my death today. Shame from
Leaving us with the question, how much did Vladimir from the first film get around?
I wish you could hear yourself. It's really quite irritating.
critics.
I got the same reaction from Transformers 4. Things heat up, though, when the witch turns the palace into Sleeping Beauty backgrounds and breaks into the prince's room. Hey, come on, I put a lot into that. Somebody notice!
No.
The witch kidnaps the prince, leaving an Iron Tooth behind. Ludmilla announces this to the residents of Moscow. All 40 of them.
Who can rescue our prince from the evil Baba Yaga? I know someone.
Yes, the two children who clearly have an understanding of strategic recovery. A bat, you say? Okay. The soldiers bring Bartok to her, and they request that he save the young prince from the Iron Forest.
It would give me no greater pleasure than to risk my life. My schedule is extremely tight. Oh boy, here comes trouble.
I like that Bartok, essentially a cute Don Bluth animation, knows he's not going to be able to turn down a cute Don Bluth animation. Oh God, how is she doing that? The eyes, they're getting everything going on in front of me. So Bartok, of course, agrees to save the prince, and Zazie sings a song through Tentacle Candyland.
He's kind, he's smart, that awesome hero in you.
Yeah, right, can we get to the dark stuff? Ooh, this must be where they bury Muppets. Across a giant skull, voiced by Jim Curry. Where Spell was typecast as giant CG green shit for a while.
Riddles?
Could you answer?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
No, the riddle is, what key opens a witch's door? And the answer is a skeleton key. But apparently Bartok is the only one who can enter.
Did you hear me say you could go in?
Unless your worth lies far within the diamond in the rough. Which I seriously doubt you're bad. He comes across the witch's now fully rendered house and meets Baba Yaga. Okay, I know it's a short movie and you gotta squeeze in a lot of songs, but do we have to have one that has in it?
No one in the attic. No one in my chair.
I keep expecting her to chase Dirk the Daring with a rolling pin.
You broke into my home.
She catches Bartok and says he has to prove his worth in saving the prince or die.
Head south to the ice quarry and bring Pilaf to me.
Pilaf. Bring Pilaf to you?
Pilaf. It's either a Russian fruit, Russian Viagra, or both. So he journeys with Zazie to find Pilaf, who is a dog-like caterpillar with suction cup hands, played by Jennifer Tilly. God, I love a movie where I can say that and it's not an exaggeration.
I gotta bring you back to Baba Yaga.
This isn't good. You see, I'm stuck.
And when I say stuck, I mean playing the same bimbo and everything, even though I'm secretly a freaking genius. Did you know I was nominated for an Oscar? No, you didn't, you liar.
She, like many of the characters, is adorably charming. I love too that Bartok actually...
Did you know I was in Chucky?
It wasn't just a throwaway line for the Anastasia trailer. Okay, it was, but it was put to good use here. But they had to answer another riddle to enter the skull once more.
No checkers and...
Hard you hit me. No matter how much I hurt, I'm always good for a laugh. What am I?
You're rolling Congo?
I'm funny bone.
Same thing.
Okay.
So Pilaf is returned to Baba Yaga, and she tells Bartok that he now has to get the crown of Oakley. These names sound like unused Mario World characters. In fact, the cast looks like them too. You sure this isn't Russian Mario Maker?
What the hell is friendly?
No, he's actually a Space Ace villain who speaks fluent Tasmanian Devil. Why do I get the feeling this is one of those delicious kids who eat Oompa Loompas in Loompa Land?
Loompa Land, there's no such place.
Piss off, bitch. They get the crown and take it back to the witch, who says the biggest challenge will be the following day. So Bartok takes a nap on the floor and wakes up the next day. Apparently the witch has no change of clothes. My God, she must read.
The magic feather from the sky.
She says she needs a magic feather, which Bartok also gets. Not sure why he had to wait until morning to do it, but if I can follow a lead who looks like the scientist from Attack of the Killer Tomatoes fused Pinky and the Brain together, I should just accept the weirdness. Seeing how he got the three objects, he now demands the prince. But she says she needs one last thing from him. He gets so fed up, though, that he yells at her and makes her cry.
What are you doing?
Aw, Baba Yaga has feelings too. Suck on that, Kurt, you ass!
I wish I could give you what you need.
An emotional moment, something Roland Emmerich films never have. She puts the tear along with the other ingredients he gathered, and the house shows him where the prince is at. Funny enough, it's back at the palace.
You never took it, did you?
I never said I did.
See, I'm not so bad. I just like risking the lives of others to do my dirty work, but the kids get a lesson, kinda.
She gives him a potion, though, that makes who he truly is on the inside, who he is on the outside. I wouldn't do that. Twitter does something similar, and it's not pretty. So he says he wants to help, so he works on a disguise so the villagers won't recognize him.
What is this?
Cabbage.
Again, any movie that has a bear on a plate saying cabbage is weirdly doing something right. Anyway, it's got better than his other character. It's not so much the costume, it's just imagining Kelsey Grammer doing that voice. That's the sound my killer's gonna make before he cooks me. Bartok enters the palace and finds Ludmilla has appointed herself in charge. Bartok says the prince is in the tower, but hasn't put together yet there's logically only one character who could have possibly kidnapped him. The girl in the opening! Nobody's that cute without planning some shit! Or her, that works too. So it looks like she kidnapped the Romanov. Do a cast search, that's more clever than it sounds. And she drops the prince, the guard, and Bartok down a pit that I guess all towers have. She takes the potion herself and has, I guess no big shock, a weird-ass song number.
Starting today, every
This now turns into a... Ow!
It's the charming villain turns into dragon number.
Starting today when the real Miller comes up.
I'd be laughing more if I wasn't certain that somebody somewhere is getting turned on by this. You know you're out there. Weird.
Exactly, critic. You're weird.
Next, the thousands or dozens of villagers throughout Moscow. We don't like Zack Snyder's reboot of Figment. Bartok tries to stop the dragon and leads her back to the palace. You know, the thought occurs to me, there's a lot of female animated dragons, aren't there? Even though I never knew or cared about this before. My gender feels demeaned! Bartok tricks the dragon into falling over, ending her short, fiery reign. Baba Yaga drops by as well, as Bartok says she owes him a hug.
Group hug. Stop it now. Bring it in, everybody.
Aw, how strangely hideous and cute.
Hi, Bartok!
Matt.
Goodbye! Bartok!
Matt.
Magnificent!
Matthew.
You might be wondering where my girlfriend was from the end of the last movie.
Matthew.
It's a prequel, which means I'm gonna suddenly turn evil in the next one, I guess. Kinda confusing. You know what? There was no Meg Ryan in this, so count
Yeah.
Bartok the Magnificent is a very cute,
Why?
imaginative little film that, for what it is, I think
I combed it.
better than the film that's on.
I combed it.
Nostalgia was trying to mix weird with conventional, coming off as kind of unbalanced. This one just embraces the weird and tells a smaller story on a smaller budget, meaning they have to rely a lot more on charm and uniqueness. And even though it's for a younger audience, I really feel it works. I love watching these characters interact, go on adventures, misunderstand things, behold themselves. It's odd, but it's kind of
Oh, Mom's
irresistible.
here?
So much so that apparently the studio wanted to run this on the big screen, but both Bloof and Goldman said none of the dimensions or resolution were correct for cinema. So, even though it's direct-to-video, I still see this as a Don Bluth film, and a really enjoyable one. It's no classic like Secret of Nim or Land Before Time, but it's a lot of innocent and weird. If you got kids, or heck, you can want to check it out for yourself. There's surprisingly a lot more magic to this than you would expect. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it, so you don't have to.
Next one. Mission Impossible 2. Oh, good lord.
Pre-order a Galaxy Note 9 now and choose AKG headphones with a Fortnite Galaxy skin with 15,000 V-Bucks for free.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it, so you don't have to.
What's going on?
Apologies, we're looking over pictures with Tom Cruise's career. Not Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise's career.
And this is when I jumped out of one building to another. Wow! Oh, this is when I jumped out of a plane by myself. Wow!
Whatever you think of Tom Cruise, you have to admit, his career is doing pretty damn good. Granted, there's a slip-up here or there, but Cruise has proven he can be charming, funny, dramatic, and surprisingly kind of a badass. One of the reasons to see his films now is that he's doing several dangerous stunts, driving badass machines, and usually hanging off of something. The guy's like a male Lara Croft, even down to hating John Voight. And that shit is impressive. Really, it is. I can't do that stuff. There's just something about it.
Hey, you want to see an interview where somebody calls me incredible?
Are there a ton?
Yes, there are!
Hey, what's that a picture of?
Oh, it's Tropic Thunder. I really needed that. After Nothing. Let's just keep turning the pages this way. Yeah.
Wait a minute, what are you hiding?
Nothing. Nothing.
I think someone's career went through an awkward phase.
No! Tropic Thunder didn't get me out of any trouble that my ego got me into in the first place, okay?
Is that you jumping on Oprah's couch while wrestling her?
No! Is that you as a samurai teaching the Japanese the importance of their own culture?
No!
Is that you saying psychiatry is a pseudoscience?
How did we get that from a picture?
It has that look.
I knew it. Your ego's more under control now, but there was a time where it was totally insane.
I was young. It's hard being constantly 35.
And what's this a picture of?
It's a phase. It's nothing.
Is that a leather jacket and shades?
That's like what a 5th grader thinks is cool.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, no, you don't.
Really, I do.
Oh, okay.
That's Cruise's career at the height of his ego. Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, right.
Mission Impossible movies nowadays have gotten a reputation of being, well, good. They have good action, good writing, good acting, and ways to make awkward superhero movies even more awkward. But people forget there was a time when they weren't seen as that. The first film not only confused people, but it pissed off a lot of fans of the show with the lame portrayal of one of their lead characters. The third one underutilized one of Hollywood's great actors and turned into snorefest with obvious plot twists. But by far the most hilariously bad was Mission Impossible 2. This film was directed by John Woo, a filmmaker who really wants you to know that a film was directed by John Woo. The days of a secret team sneaking in together with nail-biting suspense were gone, and instead replaced with Tom Cruise doing 90% of the work, while everyone else either types on a keyboard or bangs him. Thank God you got the short straw in Big Brains. This was so much about making Tom Cruise look good as opposed to making a good movie that became downright laughable. So sit back and see how over the top it can get. This is Terminator. No. Kung Fu. No. No. Mission Impossible.
Come on, look at it. It's just like the show.
The real film with the scientists giving the most logical answers, resulting in the most radical of conclusions.
Every search for a hero must begin with something that every hero requires, a villain. Therefore, we created the monster.
What kind of dumbass scientist talks like this? What, you major in comic book hipster philosophy? But these first few seconds aren't nearly John Woo enough. Woo up that shit! Now let's immediately cut to Tom Cruise looking like that King of Kong asshole. Totally syncs up!
You keep staring at that watch as if you're depending on it.
Okay, right off the bat, we know this isn't the real Tom Cruise because he's wearing a turtleneck. And in spy films, villains always wear the turtleneck. There's an aisle for them in Target. Oh, here I thought the twist was he was going to be Kevin Kline in the only disguise he thinks there is. They take the scientist samples and blow up the plane, leading to a perfect representation of Tom Cruise climbing his own sense of self-worth.
Greetings, Captain. I do not think you realize the gravity of your situation.
Okay, so it's cool that he's doing that stunt, but unlike the other films where it ties into the story and gets you more into it, what does this scene have to do with anything aside from Tom Cruise's erection size? No, seriously, there's a bug right there on that mountain saying,
Boy, talk about being between a rock and a hard place. Tom Cruise has a very big
Why?
Credits, by the way. Sometimes they're capitalized, sometimes they're lowercase, sometimes they're half and half. Ooh, maybe it's code. That's how you know we're in a spy film, guys. I don't trust a movie less professional than the writing on a kindergarten lemonade stand. But a helicopter comes around, stupidly points him out. No, I was pointing at the other Tom Cruise in this barren desert, you dumbass. And gives him his mission on sunglasses because Tom Cruise thinks he looks cool wearing sunglasses.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves recovery of a stolen item, designated Chimera.
God, don't you wish his mission was told to him on a pair of sparkling sunglasses? Then he'd be like, I don't want to wear them.
To wear them if you want the mission.
Oh, I'm still manly.
Of course you are.
Ooh, they're Samsung glasses. A poetic transition to Spain, where the beautiful dancers spin in slow motion, revealing the majestic nature and artistic elegance that only a Spanish dancer would be able to. This is Mission Impossible, right? We see Catherine Zoe's out
I don't know.
alone stealing a hidden treasure when Tom Cruise sneaks in.
What are you doing here?
I think you're the only one who can pick a lock.
No, just
No, far left. Somebody walks in though, which means, oh no, we have to hide in this hot tub together.
Do you mind if I'm on top?
Physically, no. Name-wise, hell yeah.
This is very disconcerting.
Hey, I just do as I'm told.
The fact that you produced this movie really indicates the exact opposite. Connor comes in though, and Cruz has to talk their way out of it.
It is Mr. Keith, our security engineer.
With the circumstance, I think we'd recommend resetting the sensors to respond to a lighter load.
And get a slightly less silly jacket. Might I recommend the horny Willy Wonka suit I am currently being aroused in?
I see how good you were. I was hoping we might work together.
He asks her to join his team, but she refuses. So they rip off the car chase from GoldenEye because, you know, James Bond is a cool spy who gets a lot of pussy, and Mission Impossible had Spock in it. Which one do you think Cruise is gonna go for?
Pull over and listen to me, will you? Just listen.
Dianetics is a good book, damn it! Okay, why is every shot in this a cologne commercial? Cruise control. When you want to smell like you're trying too hard.
Go away.
Romantic? And she agrees to accept his mission. I didn't mean it that way, but here we are. Oh, is there a mirror next to her? Mission Impossible! We do spy stuff eventually! Oh, if only we could keep all these women from Tom Cruise's producing credit. I mean, just Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise himself. He's very secure.
Calm down.
God, here's someone to add some credibility.
That may have set me on fire on my way over.
Oh, you're American now?
Sorry I barged in on your vacation. Do you have any idea what the hell he's talking about? You listening to me?
Oh, yeah. Got it, average American Joe. Why don't you just sit over there next to Doctor Strange, House, and every other Chris O'Dowd performance? We were just going to talk about jazz and cowboys. He's told about the scientist being dead, and that his double, Sean, was sent to him because Cruise was on vacation. This explains Sean went rogue because it can't be a Mission Impossible movie without an agent going rogue. I mean, we could, but then it'd be like an episode of the show. Yeah. And Cruise has to use his now current girlfriend to infiltrate him as she was once Sean's ex-girlfriend.
I don't think I can get her to do it.
You mean it'll be difficult?
Very.
Well, this is not a mission difficult, Mr. Hunt. It's a mission impossible.
Oh, of course, now it makes sense. You know, the whole time I was watching this movie saying, why is it called Mission Impossible? Like, it was confusing me. I couldn't follow it, but now you clarified it. Thank you very much. Not sure how that carries over into the other movies, like the explanation doesn't really match to those. Were there other thieves you had to convince to join your team and that's why I got that title? But I now know it started here. Even though it actually started here, and even before then, it started here. But you clarified the title so there's no confusion. Anyone want to see Halloween? So things are getting heavy, I guess, because
Meh.
we're really amping up the visual dramaticness. You use slow motion choir music and things waving in the
John
wind.
Woo.
I do not think it means what you think it means. Let's see, these two talk like they've been in a relationship.
Andre the Giant as well.
One night stand brought out by trying to kill each other in cars and hot tub thievery.
Somewhere in the course of business, this got personal as well as physical.
Would it make you feel any better if I didn't want you to do this?
Yeah, much.
And feel better. Well, that was weird. Let's talk happily about what we were talking angrily about a second ago.
You know, Sean will never be anything but suspicious if I finish up saying, hey, honey, I'm home.
What wouldn't make it suspicious?
I don't know. Given as a spy, you suck at blending in. I imagine not much. She pretends to be in prison, in which Sean breaks her out. And only 35 minutes in, do we finally get a spy team. This is like doing an X-Men movie for the first half hour. All we get is the kid who changes channels by blinking. A goddamn power I really wish I had right now.
Anything you need me to get, but once just let me know I'm your man.
Damn right.
Look around. First big introduction and you Jar Jar Binks me?
Nobody must know the news.
So Bubbles and Proto Simon Pegg set up while, wait, shot in the dark, slow-mo dramatic music and things blowing in the wind? You know, I say visual storytelling is good, but you still have to tell a story with your visuals. Wow. You really thought that was a big deal, didn't you? You know, weirdly enough, mundane things are still mundane even if you run them in slow-mo. In fact, they're even more mundane because you have even more time to realize how mundane they are! What's going on from a settle?
It's him, Billy.
Yeah, so we going.
We don't know what we've got. Because we don't know what he's got. Where's got it?
Or if it's bigger than mine.
But Moriarty didn't think so. You shouldn't trust her.
What do you think she's really got? She lifted.
Suggestive, but hardly conclusive.
Will you two just kiss already? You have more sexual tension than Max and Neve from Catfish. Yes, that is possible. Don't worry, this won't be the first time we rip off Darkman in this.
I am gagging for it.
And that's where I walk. If somebody cut off my fingertips, I'd be like, bye, I'm gonna go join the dickholes that are hunting you down. True, the pillow talk was nice, but this is just abuse. Sean takes Naya to a horse race where she plans to meet up with Cruz.
There are many, many
How'd you do?
Oh, there you are. You're like Batman, but only better. He sees that the dead scientist has been working on, what else? A deadly gas. You know, we're not short on gases that kill people. Why is this always where mad scientists go? We have a buffet of death under our own kitchen sinks. Go outside the box! They decide to visit a CEO who seems to have a connection with Sean, surprisingly in a non-subtle way.
George!
Look at today's paper. It's what I do in this situation. You gave me tomorrow's edition. This will not do. Cruz apparently visits Naya. You're not Cruz. He'd never allow himself to dress so average. Indeed, it turns out it's Sean who discovers she's a spy, but he has his own plans for her.
It's critical. You do whatever that process.
You're gonna have to do some weird sex stuff. You know the bunny from Space Jam? He has a suit of her. For the sake of the mission, you're gonna have to be open-minded. The real Cruz is questioning the CEO as the dead scientist.
Miserable bastard. You stole Bellerophon. All of it. I need it now, you whacked-out Russian gypsy.
I swear if I lose an eye before I do one of those porno films.
You are genetically spliced together strains of influence to create a cure for all influences.
So, here's an interesting thing. When you hear John Woo's Mission Impossible 2, what's the first thing you think of? Over-the-top kung fu, motorcycles, shades, and leather jackets, right? But we're halfway through the movie, and surprisingly, little has happened. I dare even say, it's kind of dull. This was Face Off, we'd be on Cage's third scene chewing right now. But this one seems more concerned about having Tom Cruise stand in front of sunsets. Couldn't that sun just be a giant Nick Cage?
No, please.
John Woo film, nobody will question it.
I will. Hey, that bug didn't come back. Thank God.
So they figure out Sean has the cure, but not the disease, and they both plan to break into the CEO's building to get it for themselves.
You'll never break into buy site from the bottom where security is heaviest. Hunt will prefer to enter buy site somewhere from the top where security is the minimum.
Because he thinks he looks cool hanging off a wire. So he does exactly that, with no backup plan in case this guy saw him. Well, that was lucky. And he goes to retrieve the virus while Sean enters from the other entrance. I'm exiting raspberry red and entering lime green. Seriously, what is with scientists and colored light bulbs? But Sean and his team interrupt, and Cruz has to fight them off. What's that, a Tasmanian devil spin? Even Bubbles' car gets infiltrated. sure how a rear view mirror sees under a car. Must be one of those high-tech spy mirrors.
Well, Hunt,
What did you call me?
how you been?
Finding a bit of a cold.
You know, that was the hardest part of having to portray you. You're running like an idiot every 15 minutes.
Yeah. Let's now create hero and villain chemistry an hour and 20 minutes into the film. But I saw them walk in slow-mo. That's all I needed.
Come on out of here, you bad girl. She doesn't belong. Let her go.
Okay. It was bound to work at some point. Credit for the only intentional laugh in the entire thing.
Naya's in the building. Copy.
PJ, you won't believe this, but the stalking man is Robin Hood.
Naya cleverly sticks herself with the virus, meaning they can't shoot her, helping Cruz escape. What do you think you were doing?
I wasn't thinking.
Screw you, asshole! This was a good plan! She gets you out, guarantees her safety a while longer. What was your plan, flirting with him in a hot tub?
We've got 19 hours and 58 minutes.
All she has to do now is simply escape with him. Thanks again, Dick Cheese! You can hold on to a mountain with your knees, but not a woman half your weight on a parachute. Well, great. Now she's in the hands of that violent villain who leaves her walking along some pleasant scenery. Okay, am I the only one feeling that Spy Kids is out spying everybody right now?
Apparently.
By having a secret meeting with the CEO, which is so heavily guarded, a guy climbing up the back can get in. You know, for a film series called Mission Impossible, everything seemed very possible. You should have a mission. Wow, this is stupid easy. Like, stupid easy. Cruz breaks into the secret hideout and then...
Owie.
Oh yeah, John Woo goes to John Koo whenever the even when it doesn't present itself. Killing this guy in his spare time? Both of you need to put more effort into this. That's more like it. If only there was a symbolic visual that could allow John Woo's ego and Tom Cruise's ego to jerk each other off at the same time.
No!
I'm getting anxiety just looking at you. Oh, don't worry, by the way. The symbolism follows him around. Okay. It's funny enough seeing that dove fly right in front of him during an explosion like God and the devil climax together. But it kind of loses its grandeur when he's just hiding in a corner with it.
Oh boy, Duffy, are we gonna go on an adventure today? Maybe we're gonna fight some crime, or solve a mystery, or learn how hamburgers are made. I hope we learn how hamburgers are made. I like hamburgers. I smell the everlasting peace of Jesus Cruz.
Jesus.
Get in a fight leading to Cruz apparently being defeated, yet not saying a thing at all. Yeah, we're doing this dumb shit.
We're all so many steps ahead, we're reenacting Rocky at the top of those steps. Oh my God, they're really doing it! They're killing Tom Cruise! Well, we can absolutely play your big choir music, because we just lost a saint! He's been Tom crucified for our sins!
I mean, it's odd that all the advertising shows him even more in the film, fighting and riding motorcycles. Like, all the advertising, but that's just dedication to their marketing fake-out. Tom Cruise knows how to keep us guessing. You ripped off Darkman again? This film steals from everything except Mission Impossible. Thank God I had a makeup chair and several hours to apply that mask on him. Time to put on my incredibly important shades. See, you guys are all missing because you're not wearing your shades. It's not just to look cool, they're very practical. They are! Huh, it looks like Cruz's narcissism is inflammable, despite him clearly being flaming. High five, okay. So he partakes in, let's be honest, some pretty enjoyably stupid stunts.
I'm awesome, 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 I'm awesome! I'm awesome.
Okay, the shades are bad enough, but Heelys, Tom? Really? So it's mano y mano with Sean and Cruz. Thank God they had that couple-minute talk to amp up the intense rivalry that's been building. We know shit about your past and you talk for 2 minutes. Yeah, this is earned.
Yeah.
Yes, that was exactly as dumb as it was.
Yes.
I think the only reason they agreed to do this is because rocket jumps and bike fencing weren't invented yet. In fact, wouldn't you just pay anything to see them miss? What? Really should have bad Japanese dubbing.
Mr. Cruz, I can tell you are very upset.
You have never seen me very upset.
Your power is strong, but mine is stronger. And now I have you right where I want you.
But you forget I am Tom Cruise and I produced this movie.
Ah, good point. Let me just let you get on top of me like I'm not even trying to fight back because you are so awesome.
I am so awesome.
You are so awesome.
Cruz has a chance to stab him and kill him, as I guess these random waves are supposed to indicate. I don't get it. Wait, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't stab and kill it.
That is not the Tom Cruise way. I'd much rather shoot the shit out of you, because that is the Tom Cruise way. I don't know, I had a bird flying by in slow motion, so this all has to mean something.
So the cure is given to me. Are you still here?
This fall, in line of efforts, the criminal record will certainly be expunged.
I'm off to do a Transformers sequel rather than ever be in any of these movies again. Think about that. Cruz meets up with Naya to prepare to forget about her by movie 3. And by far one of the strangest parts I think I've ever seen. Why are they throwing a football like that? In fact, are they throwing a soccer ball too? How are you gonna in the air with an area this crowded? Are they juggling fire? Who juggles fire in a park? Yeah, enjoy that, kid. Only 2 feet away. One slip up and you'll be an extra. No. This is awkward. This is strange. It doesn't make any sense. I'm only giving this 2 flaming dubs. It's funny. When this film came out, it was praised for all the spy stuff, but criticized for Cruz's and Wu's ego boosting of themselves. But the interesting thing is, years later, the spy stuff is pretty bad. The stuff, while ridiculous, is still wildly entertaining. These are 2 over-the-top artists who love portraying themselves as more important than they probably are. But when done this extreme, it's kind of fun. Weirdly enough, though, I could have used a lot more of it, as much of the film is very slow and forgettable. But people still remember the over-the-top moments enough, I guess, though usually with mixed results. It's definitely not Mission Impossible, it's just kind of an awkward mess. But if you're in the right mood, that awkward mess can be laughably enjoyable.
Think you're tough making fun of my career like that?
No, well, yeah.
I'll show you. I'm gonna remind everyone how amazing I am by hanging myself out of a helicopter, falling on a plane, carrying a building!
No, Tom Cruise's career, it wasn't about the stunts at all. Forget it. People didn't start liking you again because you put yourself in danger.
I totally did.
They like you because you can be a good actor when your ego doesn't get in the way.
It's 100% the stunts.
But when you look at
It's the stunts critic.
You're right, it's the stunts. They're just so cool.
Really? No truth to what you were saying before?
Nah.
Okay. I guess we'll see if I survive my next flick.
That'd be great.
Okay. Bye.
He was amazing in Magnolia.
My favorite is honestly Rayman.
Oh, how about in Collateral?
Oh,
Collateral, obviously, but when you really look at Rayman, just sort of the different layers.
Did somebody say something?
Stunts! I'm a Nostalgia Critic, and we're probably all.
Oh no!
Goodbye!
Sonic the Hedgehog movie, 1999. Everybody, You're too slow.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm required to say before DeviantArt? The iconic Sega Genesis character not only had several hit games in the
Let's talk about Mickey with the cease and desist.
90s, but also two successful TV shows both on at the same time. It was like having Batman the Animated Series and Batman the 60s show both on simultaneously. It was strange, but kind of cool. As the years went on, though, Sonic gradually slid, making clumsy games with clumsy storylines. What, you didn't want to see Sonic turn into a werewolf or make out with Final Fantasy foldouts? Oh, some of you did. I'm also required again to say there is no DeviantArt in this video. Why do I suddenly have 10 emails of inflated Sonics? Despite of this, Sonic has grown a very large fan base online. Its reputation is odd, to say the least. Not just because I don't understand something, it's bad. And I'll take a wild guess and say there's stranger things online. Why should I Google cop in Notebook? I see no reason why not. Oh, God! Okay, we're getting off topic. People have asked me to review Sonic media. All I've gotten up to is the Sonic Sat AM show. I haven't really seen any of the new shows or played many of the new games after that. But then somebody brought up that there's a Sonic movie. No, not that one. Not that one either. Though I hear the Forrest Gump Soldier is very good. I'm talking about the anime OVA. Premiering in Japan in 1996, this got a video release in America around 1999. Well, not even an hour long, all the advertisements clearly label it as the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So, I guess it counts. Does it lure newcomers into the mix? Does it please die-hard loyalists? Is there room for my fan character, Nostalgia Critic? Letting roll. Let's take a look at the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nostalgia Sonic.
Oh, come on. They don't even have the singers going sing. Although it's supposedly updated, it'd be son of a bitch. Metal Sonic seems to have been built by Dr. Wily. I mean Robotnik. I mean Eggman. I mean, you know what, Dr. Wily? This is all just a furry version of Mega Man. Think about it. Small blue hero stops the big mustache scientist who takes over robots, has a dog, a girl, and a ton of sequels. You laugh. We got the Sonic who resides in an area of activity where Tails, his psychic slash child slash adult slash fiction, is off to use his surfboard.
Come on, you want to try it out?
Not right now, thanks. Tails is just like a little kid with his new toy.
I bet a lot of you thought he was a little kid. Let me unconfuse this by explaining nothing. And I mean nothing. There are no intros for anyone. We're just supposed to already know who everyone is and what their characteristics are.
Hi, Sonic. I have some news for you.
No, not that old man again.
I mean, owl scientists and rocket ships clearly explain themselves. At the very least, go on some Looney Tunes introductions. Even something as little as this could help.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, even shorter than I thought. No, Sonic saves
What?
both of them as the owl scientist lets Sonic know that he's needed.
Did you say you had some urgent business?
All right, it's a real emergency. You see, the president.
Why do I feel like they came up with the owl's voice the same day they recorded it?
What are you talking about, Mr. Sonic? I know how to handle him.
You're recording the owl scientist. Go!
I thought I was just delivering blow.
You're a voice actor now. Go!
Hi, Sonic! I'm an owl!
Done this before.
Question my life choices? Yes.
He wants us to come to the presidential house right away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might have been easier if you just called to tell us that.
I mean, do we have phones? We don't seem to have clothes that cover our genitalia. Are we just really advanced nudists? Teddy Roosevelt is president, or Robotnik has taken over. Hi, everybody! Hi, Robotnik!
Please accept a small token of my gratitude.
No! Sonic, for the sake of my daughter and everyone else, listen to him.
It seems Robotnik has the president and his daughter captured, which is usually the third act of a movie and not usually the first couple minutes.
Now, Sonic, I've got the upper hand. This is about the entire planet of freedom, so you better do as I say.
Oh, so kidnapping the president was just an attention getter. Sonic must be a real asshole. Actually, I'm not that far off. Robotnik says he actually needs help because the robotic version of him took over his lair and a generator of energy has to be stopped before it blows up the world. hero could care less.
Forget about it. Why should I have to go around cleaning up your messes?
Fine! Don't blame me when this happened!
I thought it was nice that they gave those dyslexic Batman sound effects a home.
Sonic, please do it!
We find out quickly, though, that everyone's kind of a taint in this universe.
Sonic, I don't care what happens to Robotnik or Daddy, but please just do this for the two of us.
Wow. First thing, bitch. Second thing, are you doing item now? They tried that in another game. The results were ewy.
Nice smile.
I'm working through things. Dark things.
Sonic agrees for whatever disturbed relationship he has with Sarah, and Robotnik gives Tails a watch to get him to his lair.
Using the shortest and fastest route.
Thank you, Robotnik.
Don't thank me, just blow your nose. You sound like a constipated Simpson child.
Tails, do you actually trust that ridiculous little gadget that Robotnik built for you?
But Dr. Robotnik is the only person who knows where Robotropolis is, so we have to use his navigator and hope it works.
Wow, that was probably the most anime line delivery the movie's had yet.
I'm just going to say words until I run out of words, and then these words are going to stop being words.
I guess so.
Confusingly, back with the president, the video game characters are playing video game characters.
Just give up. It's played 100 times.
I'll stop being your hostage.
All right, start it again.
Okay, one of us is an idiot. We then cut back to Tails and Sonic. Thank God we did that. Back to video games. Apparently one of Robotnik's pods drops in, and both Sarah and Robotnik hop in. We are high right now, right?
I think so.
Come across some tough winds and end up crashing.
I'm swamping. Thanks.
They run through all the traps laid out for them and free the animals inside the robots like in the game, or just disembowel them. We'll just assume they used to be bad. Get to Robotropolis after crossing some ancient relics, indicating that Sonic the Hedgehog takes place in our current future. Finally, the Adventure Time crossover we never knew we wanted, and we'll wish stayed that way.
We should hurry.
Tails always acts like a kid when there's lightning, but apparently he isn't. I don't know. But Metal Robotnik appears to try and stop it. Well, I thought it was funny. Hell, I'm gonna do it again. What's there so many of them?
Come here.
We don't have time to mess around with some robot.
That's literally all you do. Does Sonic play Sonic games?
Hey.
He grows a rocket
I
pack
need you to
and
do some reading.
wings.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Let me finish this video.
Right. These are the instructions, by the way. That's your journal. And I want to see how much you read, so...
And tries to hunt them down.
Don't think you're safe yet. I'm well aware that neither one of you can swear.
Or maybe you can, you just play really anxiety-provoking music whenever you're about to drown. My butthole still clenches every time I hear that.
You didn't think I'd fall for a stupid trick like that, did you?
Okay, am I seeing that wrong, or is he shitting bullets on them? That must be some devilish Taco Bell you had earlier.
Metamucil. You'll be shitting bullets for a week.
He fires missiles as well to totally eradicate Sonic.
There's no way you could have gotten rid of Sonic that easily with those missiles.
Easily? The end of Akira didn't have an explosion that big. They would call him the Blue Blur because that's what he would look like just standing there. Sonic does survive for reasons, and Knuckle Dial Dundee comes in to help out.
Sonic, grab a hold. There.
Oh, my unborn child! Oh, the urbanity!
Robotnik and Sarah arrive, though, as Robotnik claims Sonic will have more to worry about.
He'll have to fight something far more evil than Metal Robotnik.
What do you mean worse than Metal Robotnik? You better keep your hands off my Sonic or I'll never forgive you.
Okay, does my Sonic mean hedgehog or hedge? Because either way, I'm very disturbed.
Me too.
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles get to Robotropolis, where they come across... Okay, even by Sonic designs, that's lazy. Speaking of which, does Robotnik have to incorporate his face into everything? Seriously, wouldn't that get in the way of the function after a while?
I want my face on that machine!
You can paint it on. And...
No, my mustache has to be the gears, and my eyes the measuring rods!
That compromises the efficiency. A blue hedgehog can easily destroy it.
People must look beautiful!
Okay, you're the face of the company.
And the company's my face!
They come across Metal Sonic, who now has Sonic's abilities, which were copied while he was in that machine. Metal Sonic, I'll admit, to look at him, is actually kind of intimidating. Though granted, he's designed like an Evangelion Marvin the Martian.
Your planet's blocking of Venus results in termination. Isn't that lovely?
Robotnik and Sarah arrive on the scene. That part was rewound.
So what about this plot, Robotnik?
Way to keep it classy, Robotnik.
You came all the way here and now you'll die here. I'm going to use metal to destroy the real Sonic, and then I can completely destroy the land of the sky.
So I'm not sure why he made this fake mission to defeat Sonic when he already had him and the President in perfect executable positions, but now Metal Sonic is after him. He has the power to turn into 80s music videos. I can't hear Take On Me Again! The robot did the robot. That's Mecha Meta. I'm not a scientist! I can't understand that technical jargon!
Looks like that's it.
Whoa! Does Robotnik have a Muppet Satan setting?
Sonic will never again be a pain in my egg!
Wait, am I called Eggman yet? Oh, who cares? The parents kind of get it. Metal Sonic also has plans for Sonic's friends back home.
Master Sonic, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Wait, what are you doing?
Not even the Owlings survived. So Robotnik starts his, second attack on the President's home.
Be the work of Metal Robotnik?
Well, with 3/4 in, might as well have an inner monologue with a character so secondary you could call him quaternary. But it looks like Metal Sonic didn't destroy the owl and instead turned him into a painful reminder of when this was made.
He forced me to put on these clothes and then flew away without saying anything.
I suddenly want to extreme Capri Sun skydive good burger. Anyone else? And since there's no better time,
We'll be the only ones left. Then we can get married.
but I will be the last man on Earth. Oh, who cares? Everyone knows the reason I gave you that dress is because it's an anime. We're near the third act. We need upskirt options.
Don't look there, you pervert!
I'll give credit. That's the most imaginative way I've seen that done.
You're a perfect target for me now, Fox.
Enemy fighters coming at you, Fox.
Fire!
Peek-a-boo, asshole!
Yes!
Okay, even the smoke debris has his face. He probably could have killed Sonic with a hedgehog-seeking missile years ago, but couldn't find a way to work his ugly mug onto it. Knuckles and Tails save Sarah, but big shock, things get sexually awkward.
Tails, get off!
I'm so sorry.
I thought you'd stoop that low.
Can't act like I'm shocked. I have to play this.
Kids, there's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
I'll take a gun holster with that clip. Sonic and Metal Sonic continue to fight.
That's no good.
Would you try for me, brave man?
Would you do it for a Sarah snack?
Right, get them!
How come we're not freezing to death? Tries to help Sonic.
And whatever happened to her relationship with Sonic?
What the hell, Japan? You're giving kids no chance to have a normal sex life.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
But then the president comes in to make things more complicated.
The president's timing couldn't be worse.
I think that's what presidents specialize in. Tails tries to get the president.
Oh, God.
Sonic gets back up and continues to fight.
A thumbs down! In Japan, that's like a thumbs down!
They get the president out, and Sonic ends up roasting the metal headache.
You are the chosen one! Grab a hold of my hand! There is only one Sonic.
I didn't realize that I loved him! Confused! Well, we didn't learn jack shit.
Not quite! So now we're finally even, Sonic. Come back!
Because that's what it's all about. Repressed sexual aggression. I'd like to hear you make an argument for anything else. Yeah, I wouldn't announce that so proudly. I'd be more like, Sonic? Because, brother, this was weird. The animation is nice as well as the backgrounds, but this is an overly complicated story with either too little character or too much presumption that we already know what these people are like. I guess I can't be too angry at it as it plays exactly like what it is, a giant commercial. It's not obnoxiously annoying and there's nothing offensive-ish, but it just feels empty and pointless. I can see some kids having fun with it, but for the fastest hedgehog alive, this could have been a lot more interesting and a lot more cool. Get on your running shoes and dash away from this as fast as possible. Or, as Sonic Says would say,
First, you say no. Then, you get out of there.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
And that's all for today. Wait, what would be the next one? Oh, Doom, then the Rise of the Turtles, and Ghostbusters 3. We'll react to all those tomorrow. In the meantime, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and see you fellas next time. See ya!